If you want to start a photography business in 2026, stop guessing. In this video, I'll show you what actually matters, the legal foundations most photographers ignore, how to price so you don't burn out, and how to land your first clients without relying on luck or Instagram algorithms. This isn't theory, it's everything I wish I'd known before I spent years undercharging, overworking, and running my business the hard way. And if you stick around until the end, I'll give you freemium access to solve the biggest problem photographers face, getting consistent prospects on autopilot. Hey, I'm Tom, author of the 7-Figure Photography Business Secrets and founder of Tom's Visuals, One Headshot, and Tom's World Collection. I started with a camera, zero formal training, and the wrong assumption that great photos equal great income. They don't. Let me help you avoid the mistakes I made. Here's what we are building toward. This episode covers the complete overview before episode 2 dives deep into getting your first clients without discounting yourself into poverty. Episode 3 breaks down the real cost of starting, separating what you must spend from what you can postpone. Episode 4 tackles pricing because most photographers fail by undercharging, not by lacking talent. And episode 5 covers the legal structure, the decision that determines whether a lawsuit wipes you out or just costs your business. Today we are walking through the full landscape. Think of this as your roadmap before we zoom in on each piece. The photography industry is growing at 4.6% annually through 2030. That growth is driven by demand for visual content across every sector. But growth in the market does not guarantee growth in your bank account. That requires structure, strategy, and treating this like the business it is from day one. Let me start with something most photographers get wrong. Starting a photography business means more than buying a camera and accepting money for photos. It means building a legal entity, understanding your tax obligations, and creating systems that deliver consistent work while protecting you financially and legally. The distinction matters because how you set up your business affects everything from liability exposure to how much you can deduct at tax time. Get this foundation wrong and you spend years cleaning up problems that could have been avoided in the first week. The IRS does not care what you call yourself. They care whether you are operating with a profit motive. Their safe harbor rules presumes your photography is a business if it makes a profit in at least 3 of the last 5 tax years. Fall short of that and you're risking having your activity reclassified as a hobby. This reclassification is not just semantic. Hobby income must be reported, but hobby expenses are generally not deductible. That means you owe taxes on every dollar earned without being able to offset the cost of your gear, software, or travel. What this means practically, open a separate business bank account from day one. Track every expense and every dollar of your income. Document your efforts to market and improve profitability. Treat this like a business even before it feels like one. Your legal structure determines how you pay taxes, how much personal liability you carry, and how much paperwork you deal with annually. Most photographers start as sole proprietors by default, then transition to an LLC once they understand the risks. I recommend understanding both options before your first paid shoot. A sole proprietorship offers no separation between personal and business assets. If a client sues you, trips over your light stand, or claims you failed to deliver what was promised, your personal savings, your car, and potentially your home are all exposed. An LLC creates that separation. Your personal assets are protected from business debts and lawsuits, assuming you maintain proper separation between business and personal finances. In California, where I operate, the annual franchise tax alone is $800 for an LLC. In Kentucky, formation costs roughly $40. Research your specific state before deciding. My recommendation: form an LLC before you book your first wedding or any high-value shoot. The liability exposure is not worth the savings. Most cities and counties require a general business license to operate legally, even for home-based sole proprietorships. The consequences of operating without one are consistent: fines, penalties, and potentially the inability to enforce contracts in small claims court. If a client refuses to pay and you have no business license, you may have no legal standing to pursue the debt. The license is not just bureaucratic compliance, it is your access to legal resource. Insurance is the protection you hope you never need but cannot afford to skip. One lawsuit, one stolen camera bag, one corrupted memory card, at a wedding can end a photography business that lacks proper coverage. General liability insurance covers third-party bodily injury and property damage caused by you or your equipment. Many wedding venues require vendors to provide a certificate of insurance showing at least $1 million per occurrence in general liability coverage before allowing them to work on the premises. Without this coverage, you may be locked out of premium venues entirely. Typical coverage costs approximately $300 to $600 annually for photographers. Your homeowner's or renter's insurance almost certainly does not cover your camera gear adequately. Inlet marine insurance covers photography gear against theft or damage while in transit or at a job site, not just when stored at home. This is the policy that protects your gear where you actually use it. Personal liability insurance covers legal costs if a client's used for negligence related to your professional services. This includes scenarios like losing image files, failing to deliver agreed upon photos, or missing critical moments at an event. A wedding photographer was sued for failing to capture the kiss moment at a ceremony. Whether or not you believe that lawsuit had merit, the defense costs alone would have been devastating without insurance coverage. Now let me talk about money. The honest answer about startup costs ranges from $2,000 to $10,000, depending heavily on whether you already own gear. I have seen photographers start successfully with far less than $2,000 by being strategic about what they buy, rent, and postpone. I have also seen photographers spend $15,000 on gear and fail because they neglected the business fundamentals. Essential non-gear startup costs include business registration, insurance, website hosting, business licenses, and accounting software. These costs exist regardless of what camera you own. Budget for them first, then allocate remaining funds to gear. A full-frame entry-level professional camera body typically costs between $1,300 and $2,500, but most modern crop sensor cameras released after 2020 have sufficient resolution and ISO performance for professional web and small print delivery. Your clients are not pixel peeping your sensor size. They are judging lighting, composition, and editing style. If you're looking for specific gear recommendations that balance quality and budget, I maintain an updated gear list on Kit that reflects what I actually use and recommend to photographers starting out. Link in the description. Monthly and annual recurring costs add up faster than most new photographers expect. Adobe Creative Cloud photography plans runs at around $20. Client gallery hosting ranges from $3 to $40 monthly. Cloud backup storage runs $10 to $20 monthly. Factor these into your pricing calculations. Many photographers price based only on their time, forgetting that every month costs money whether they book clients or not. Pricing is where most new photography businesses fail. Underpricing is the number one cause of failure, often resulting in an effective hourly rate below minimum wage after editing time is factored in. I made this mistake for longer than I care to admit. The solution is not guessing what the market will bear. It is calculating what you actually need to charge to survive. The cost of doing business formula is straightforward. Add all non-reimbursable business expenses plus your desired salary, then divide by the number of billable shooting days per year. Most photographers overestimate billable days. You are not shooting 365 days a year or even 200. Between marketing, editing, administration, and days when no one books, a realistic number for a full-time photographer might be 80 to 120 billable days annually. Here's an example. Annual business expenses of $8,000, desired salary of $50,000, self-employment tax at 15.3%, at $7,650. Total needed $65,650. Divided by 100 billable days, your minimum day tax rate is $656.50. That number shocks photographers who have been charging $200 for a full day shoot, but the math does not lie. Offering portfolio building discounts can devalue your brand permanently. Clients talk to each other. If you charge one bride $500 and your friend $2,000 6 months later, you have created a problem that explanations will not solve. Industry experts suggest offering model calls for specific portfolio needs rather than discounting general services. A model call is explicitly free or trade for photos, positioned as a creative project rather than a discounted service. This maintains your pricing integrity while building your portfolio. Now that we addressed the chicken and egg problem, you need a portfolio to attract clients, but you need clients to build a portfolio. The solution is not waiting for clients to appear. It is creating opportunities to shoot without depending on paid bookings. Styled shoots allow photographers to pay a ticket fee to photograph professional models and decor, generating high-end portfolio images without a real client. These events are common in the wedding industry and provide access to venues, florals, and models you could not afford to hire independently. Second shooting for established photographers teaches you workflow, client management, and problem solving in real time. And you also walk away with images you can use in your portfolio, assuming you negotiate that upfront. 85% of small businesses get customers through word-of-mouth referrals. That statistic should shape your entire client acquisition strategy. Every client interaction is a marketing opportunity. Local partnerships provide physical visibility in your target market. Display work in coffee shops, partnering with florists or wedding planners, and build relationships with complementary vendors. Creates referral pathways that require no advertising spend. Instagram remains the top social platform for photographers, but organic reach has declined significantly, pushing the need for reels and video content. Posting static images alone is no longer sufficient to grow an audience. Pinterest drives long-term traffic for wedding and portrait photographers because content has a lifespan of months rather than hours. A well-optimized Pinterest pin can generate inquiries years after posting, while an Instagram post is effectively invisible after 48 hours. Most photographers struggle with social media because they lack a clear content strategy. If you are feeling overwhelmed by what to post and when, the Elite Success Accelerator includes a 7-day content calendar built specifically for photographers, so you can stop guessing and start posting with intention. Link in the description. And it's free, by the way. Systems are what separate a chaotic freelance hustle from a sustainable business. A written contract is essential to transfer copyright usage rights. Without it, you retain full copyright by default, which sounds good until a client assumes they own the images and you have no documentation proving otherwise. Digital contract platforms like Honeybook or DocuSign provide legally binding e-signatures. The 3-2-1 backup rule is the industry standard for data safety. 3 copies of data on 2 different media with 1 offsite. Losing client images is one of the few mistakes that cannot be fixed with an apology. CRM software can automate up to 80% of administrative client communication, including inquiry responses, payment reminders, and timeline updates. Automation is not about removing the human touch. It's about ensuring consistent, timely communication that you would forget to send manually when you are busy shooting and editing. Taxes catch more new photographers off guard than almost any other aspect of running a business. The money in your account is not all yours. A significant portion belongs to the IRS, and they will collect it eventually. Self-employment tax at 15.3% applies to net earnings and covers Social Security and Medicare contributions that an employer would normally split with you. On a $50,000 profit, that represents $76.50 before income tax. Common deductible expenses for photographers include equipment depreciation, mileage at 67 cents per mile in 2024, studio rent, software subscriptions, insurance, marketing costs, and professional development. Section 179 of the IRS tax code allows businesses to deduct the full purchase price of qualifying equipment purchased or financed during the tax year, up to $1.2 million in 2024. Commingling personal and business funds is a primary reason for piercing the corporate veil, which voids LLC liability protection. If you formed an LLC but run all your money through your personal accounts, you may have no protection at all when it matters. A cloud accounting software like QuickBooks or Xero connects directly to business bank accounts to categorize transactions automatically. The photography industry is changing rapidly, but changing does not mean dying. The US photography industry is expected to grow at a CAGR of 4.6% through 2030, driven by demand for visual content in digital marketing. 58% of photographers are already using AI tools for culling and editing. AI is becoming a productivity tool, not a replacement. While AI can generate images, 89% of consumers still prefer authentic, human-captured photography for live events and verified content. Personal branding photography has seen over 100% increase in search interest over the last 5 years, as gig economy workers need professional presence. Boutique school and sports photography is growing. Real estate and architectural photography continues expanding. The photographers who will thrive in 2030 are building systems today that allow them to deliver constant quality, acquire clients predictably, and adapt to market changes without starting over. I've made most of the common mistakes personally. Underpricing is one of them, and the number one cause of failure. Failing to account for self-employment tax in pricing models leads to unexpected tax bills that can devastate a new business. Burnout affects 68% of creative professionals, often driven by a lack of boundaries and always-on client communication. Using music without a license in slideshows or social media videos can result in DMCA takedowns or fines up to $150,000 per infringement. Failing to get a model release prevents you from licensing images for commercial use later. Starting a photography business seems straightforward. Building one that lasts requires treating it like the business it is from day one. In episode 2, I'll break down exactly how to get your first clients without discounting, including portfolio building strategies that work and local tactics that generate referrals. Creating strong work is only one part of building a photography career. The harder challenge is turning that work into a business that supports your life without constant hustle, burnout, or starting from zero every season. Most photographers, even highly skilled ones, never receive clear guidance at this stage. They improve creatively but remain stuck operationally. Inconsistent bookings, unclear pricing decisions, scattered marketing efforts, and growth that depends entirely on being present and shooting nonstop. This is exactly the gap the Elite Success Accelerator, ESA, is built to address. ESA is a structured learning environment focused on visibility, systems, and repeatable business growth, not tactics in isolation. It helps photographers stop reacting to random advice and start building momentum with a clear, connected framework. You can join ESA for free. The freemium level gives you immediate access to the foundation most photographers never get, including a starter kit that explains how the full visibility system works and a 7-day content calendar made specifically for photographers, so you can take action right away instead of feeling overwhelmed. Link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.